celebrate every good. It's not over.
Yeah, so
Tomorrow's another.
I can't believe how, I have the Jewish thing about things bad could still happen in the world, but like, let's just celebrate people voted in a positive way.
I think that's a collective aspect of like not expressing emotion too strongly.
I think we should have a group discussion about this.
I just think we should drink the Prosecco.
Yes, rising flames.
Just your Mike said.
We'll talk about that.
I said it's just pizza. It's not like we brought a chef in from New York.
Pizza. I like pizza.
No, Rick-
Shall I folks in?
Yeah.
אני לפניך מלך חי וקיים עודני לפניך רוח חי וקיים שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה באמונתך שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה באמונתך. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. ועשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם ואנחנו לברך יה מעתה עד עולם. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Oh, those words are going to mean something different from now on. Wow. So good to be together on this Shabbos. Let's take a second before we light the candles and bless our children to just stand up and find someone maybe you haven't seen in a while, or find someone you don't know as well, and greet them. Say hello, build some bonds, make some connections. You can do the same in the Zoomagog. Say hi to each other.
Hello.
Always happy to see you, Carl, and same with you, Joan.
Hey, hi, both of you. Good to see you.
Oh, I love your view, Joe. And I love your art, your totality, and Andy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was the eclipse that was here recently. And the other one is a Banksy picture of like this protester throwing a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, it's Banksy.
Not an original, it's just a print.
Okay.
I wish it was original.
Andrew, you must be in California.
No, I'm in Jackson right now.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
the family in California?
Pardon?
Is the family in California?
Yeah, no, I came out in part to sort of help with some of the stuff leading up to the big vote last night.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to go back, but I caught a cold, so I'm still here.
Yeah. But that was so memorable, that moment. I'm not gonna forget that. That was a great moment.
Same. That's why I had to video it and send it to our little crew.
Yeah, I appreciated that. Wow.
How have you guys been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I probably have the best weather though, and right now I wish I could show you the sunset. It's glorious. The whole sky is like fire. Oh, fire, that's a bad word. It's red.
Where are you, Joan?
I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix is lovely.
Yeah, I mean it's not nice weather per se for Phoenix, but it's better than most of the country.
What's the temperature?
Well, we're probably going to be in the 60s, but in the morning we can be in the 30s. Yeah.
No.
How about you, Carl? What's it like there?
Well, we're having a cold spell. And so it's in the upper 30s or low 40s, but it's sunny, which is nice in Seattle. The sky is pretty clear.
No rain?
And not in the last 3 days.
Wow. Well, Andrew, I hear you're going to get some rain, I think tomorrow
In Los Angeles?
in California.
That's good. These fires have been pretty scary.
Boy, you're not kidding. Your house wasn't affected, was it?
We had to load and pack, but not evacuate.
You'll have to tell us more about that.
Let's come back together again. If we talk too much during the welcome period, we'll get to Oneg and we'll just stare silently at each other. Nothing to say. We'll talk up everything.
Let's get the claimant children spread out so we can bless them because they're the children. Twins. Twins.
No.
I'll get you one.
Healing and love.
Okay?
Have we lost all of our children?
All right. Got one.
Let's bless our children. Yeah, make some connections. And if you don't have your children here, maybe take a moment and think about where they are in the world. If you don't have children, maybe think about the children that you are helping to raise up in this community, and let's bless them. Oh, there they are. Get over here for a blessing, girls. Or find someone, quick.
Somebody come this way. I'll bless Lori, because Lori, everybody needs one.
Everyone needs blessing. Ephraim v'Chim Menashe, may God make you to be like Ephraim and Manasseh. Simech Elohim Kisara Rivka Rachel and Leah, may God make you to be like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and watch over you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chumecha, may God shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God look towards you and grant you peace.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chumecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha
feel a strong desire to have us all come up for lighting of the Shabbat candles. So let's come on up. And is there someone who's interested in lighting them, actually doing the lighting? But come on up, come up. Rose, you want to? Oh, Mary. Mary, you're desired. Come help bring more light into our community like you already do. We want you. What's going on? We want you to light our Shabbat candles.
It's easier these days. Standing up.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. Page 3. Gale, 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 na. Ufos, kavivi alai, et sukat, et sukat, shloecha. Gale, 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 na. Ufos, ufos, habibi alai, et sukat, et sukat, gale, 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 na. Ufos, ufos, habibi alai, et sukat, et sukat, Shiru Ladonai is on page 5. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, Safu Hagoyim, Kevodo, Bechol Ha'amim, Niflotav, Ki Gadol Adonai, Umechulal Me'od, Nahu, Al Kol Elohim, Yai, Ki Kol Elohim, Ha'amim Belelim, Adonai, Shamayim Asa, Kod Hada, Lefanav, Oz v'Tiferet, B'mikdasho, Ha'ul Afti kuntevera Jimot yadi amin Memeshari Yisfuchu hashmamayim Batagir haaretz Yiram hayam Umelo Adosai V'chol asher Yairei Az yo'adenu Ol atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Yishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel B'tzedek Ve'ami be'emuna Yairei The Chadod is on page 11. Page 11. Lechadodi li kakala yaradai 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 Banehi Shabbat Lekabela Lechadodi li kakala yaradai 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 Banehi Shabbat Lekabela Shalom Zachor B'diburecha Yishmi'anu Elam Yuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad Shemo Tiferet V'Nitila Lechadodi Lekakala Yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Lechadodi Lekakala Yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Likhat Shabbat Lechu v'necha Ki mikor habracha Be'rosh mikedem Nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila Lechadodi lekakala yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Lechadodi lekakala yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Hitoreri Hitoreri Ki ba'orei umi oi 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 Shedaberi Kevod Adonai alayich nila Lechadodi lekakala yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Lechadodi lekakala yaradai 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 B'nei Shabbat Kapela Gohi v'shalom Atzeret Chagas Ram v'simcha V'safura Rochei
How do we wave to Carl?
How do you wave to Carl?
Hi,
You're waving.
Carl.
You're waving to Carl. Deborah, will you read something for us, please?
On page 6, there is a wonderful poem, on the right side, and it says, "How wise is our tradition to command us to take time to feel joy. How wise is our tradition to command us to study Torah, and what joy it is to be guided by her words. How wise is our tradition to command us to seek rest on Shabbat, and what joy it is for our souls to be refreshed. How wise is our tradition to command us to kindle Shabbat candles, and what joy it is to marvel in their light. How wise is our tradition to command us to be mindful of Shabbat, and what joy it is to remember God's holiness. Light is sown for the righteous, joy for those who are upright. The righteous will rejoice in Adonai. Give thanks and remember God's holiness." And I have to say, with the new development for our congregation to hamakom, to have a place to experience joy together, brings us all such joy to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you to everyone.
Thanks, Deborah. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do 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 do. Blessed is the Blessed One, blessed is the Giver of blessing, blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the Blessed One, blessed is the Giver of blessing, blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. We're on page 16. We'll rise from the Baruch et Adonai, Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Carol's available to help us with Ma'ariv Arvim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, chochma poteach she'orim, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה. עולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו.
חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב אביב.
Page 17, a prayer about love before we enter into the Shema. So you can listen to the words, or you can just close your eyes and meditate on what does it mean to think about a loving relationship with the source of all life. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Torat u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu lemadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, B'shachbenu uv'kumenu, Nesiach bechukecha. V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, Leolam va'ed.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Page 18. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות בידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 20. למען תזכרו ועשיתם בכל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 21, who is like you? מי כמוך, האלים אדוני. מי כמוך, נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. מלכותך אהוב עליך, בוקר היה לפני משה, זה לי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מעל הזר מימינו. ברוך אתה אדוני גא ישראל. יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, beautiful. Hashkivenu is on page 22. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, Ahamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, Ahamidenu Malkeinu lechaim. Ushmot zetenu uvoenu lechaim ushalom ve'ata ve'ad olam. Sometimes I lay beneath the moon, thank God I'm breathing. I say, please don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, praying for the people to say, we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Vahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Vahamidenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, Vahamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Shall we rise for the Amidah?
Let's do it.
It's on page 25. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tifta. Na 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 Ufiagi. Ufiagi Tahilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tifta. Na 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 Ufiagi. Ufiagi Tahilatecha.
Let's take a moment to direct our hearts and our energy towards healing. And if you are thinking of a loved one this evening and you'd like to share their name, if you know they'd be comfortable with their name being shared, let's share names of those loved ones in need of healing, and then let's direct our energies together towards them.
My friend Roy Gamsey.
And Andrews.
Will Hare.
Bible Avram ben Asher B'Torah.
Michael Frumkin, Sally Shannon.
Joan, please.
Dan and Phil Carr.
My friend Jonathan.
Racha bat Reynor Velev, Devorah Chaya bat Miriam Vetzidov, Miriam bat Shoshana B'Faivel Avram, Rachel Baila bat Rosa, Yehuda ben Chaim v'Devorah, Gina Sparber, Bev Levin, Richard Brown, Howard Yant, Dan Foreman, Gary Trauner, Mary Seidler, Joyce Craig, Marlene Apfelberg, Maggie's mom. Le'asvotam, Lord, lay me מצפן והכוכבים לעולם שמו תקרא. Healer of the brokenhearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Healer of the brokenhearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. Hallelujah.
What beautiful tefillah. What beautiful prayers together, y'all. So beautiful. Oh. I want to share, many of you know I study with Feivel on Wednesday nights, Rabbi Feivel. He's in Israel. I know him from a long time ago, and he was sharing a teaching with me from this week's Parsha. We're in the second Parsha from the book of Exodus, and I was very moved by it. So I wanted to share that teaching with you. So I've tried to put it into my own words to make sense of it, but the ideas come from Rabbi Feivel. And it starts, we have to backtrack a little bit. We have to go back to last week's Parsha, Parsha Shemot, the very first Parsha in the book of Genesis, to be able to understand it. Exodus, thank you. I'm time traveling a little bit. So when asked to free our people, the Israelites from Egypt, for the first time in last week's Parsha, does anyone remember how Moses responds?
Who, me?
Who, me? Me? Right? I always like to read it when we're studying Torah. I always like to read a little bit of the Hebrew, so we have it in our ears and in our mouths. Vayomer Moshe el ha'Elohim mi anochi ki elech el paro vechi otze et bnei Yisrael mi Mitzrayim. But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and free the Israelites from Egypt?" And God goes on to share this elaborate plan of how Moses can approach this task. And Moses responds, "Who am I? What if they don't believe me and do not listen to me, but says, Adonai, I didn't appear before you?" Request denied, number 2. God goes on to give Moses some amazing tricks. Okay, here's the plan. Now I'm going to give you some tools. Does anyone remember what the tools are?
The stick turns into a snake.
Here's a stick, throw it touches into a snake.
The burning bush.
Not the burning bush yet, we're getting there. Put your hand in
Water turns
Blood and
to
then,
blood.
yeah, water turns to blood, and put your hand in your shirt, and out comes
leprosy.
scales,
Yeah.
right? Cool tricks. Now go do it.
Yeah.
Moses, how does he respond? Who, me? But Moses said to Adonai, please, O my Lord, I have never been a man of many words, either in times past or now that you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. All right, so now we're getting down to it. We're getting down to it. Moses is being a little bit more vulnerable with God at this point. He's saying, a little bit of self-doubt's creeping in. It's not just who me, it's like, wait, I don't have the words. I don't have the words. And after a short pep talk and clarity that it's really God giving Moses the words and the ability to speak, Moses still says, who, me? Time number 4. But he said, please, O my Lord, make someone else your agent, not me. And this time God responds a little bit differently. Who remembers how God responds this time? God gets angry. And we read it. Adonai becomes angry with Moses and said, there is your brother Aaron the Levite. He I know speaks readily. Even now he's setting out to meet you, and he will be happy to see you. But the word that's used is interesting. Vayechar. It means to be furious or hot or angry. God is, excuse my language, pissed. Enough already. Time number 4. Get to work. Go with Aaron. Okay. There's all sorts of stuff we could talk about in just that, but I want to fast forward to this week's Parsha Va'era. Moses begins to put the plan into action. Okay, he got the point, right? Okay, I'm going to go do it. And he goes and talks to the Israelites. And I love this moment. The apprehensive Moses does it. He does what he's supposed to do. He goes out to our people, tells them what's to come and his task that's upcoming. And the people respond. Who, you? And Moses told the Israelites they would not listen to him. And it says because their spirits had been crushed by cruel bondage. Who, you? Who are you? Who are you? And this is right after, God asks Moses to then go talk to Pharaoh. And listen to what happens next. But Moses appealed to Adonai, saying, the Israelites would not listen to me. How then should Pharaoh heed me, who gets tongue-tied? I mean, it's an unbelievable story, right? Like you can almost feel for Moses, put into this position, no one's listening to him, he's apprehensive and has self-doubt, right? And it seems like a replay of last week. Almost the same language. Who am I? I can't speak, not me. How might God react? We know last week, how did God react? Anger, right? Instead, we read this. So Adonai spoke to both Moses and Aaron in regard to the Israelites and Pharaoh, king of Egypt, instructing them to deliver the Israelites from the land of Egypt. Go do it, Moses and Aaron, go do it. No anger mentioned, right? No anger mentioned. This is what's wild. Just a little bit later, after Moses is pondering this next step, you know what he says? Who, me? Again. Moses appealed to Adonai saying, see, I get tongue-tied. How then should Pharaoh heed me? What do you think God's going to do now? Maybe he'll give him some tricks. Maybe he'll get angry. Enough already, Moses. Just do it. And this is how God responds. Adonai replied to Moses, see, I place you in the role of God to Pharaoh with your brother Aaron as your prophet. You got it. You got it. You have your help you need. Go and do it. And I have to tell you, I think this is so powerful and so very relevant for me as a father. And I want to help you understand. Kaylin's laughing because I think she knows where I'm going. So relevant for me as a father. So my girls have probably heard this from me, and some kids at Beit Sefer have probably heard this from me. If I have to ask you 3 times, on the 4th time, what do you think might happen?
You're gonna get mad.
Consequences.
I might get a little upset.
You might use your daddy voice.
I might use... Girls, how do you like the daddy voice? Yeah, so I might get angry. Who, me?
Your little Israelites don't heed you.
My little Israelites don't always heed me. And my girls have heard this, right? My girls have heard me get angry, right? And instead of getting angry, in this second version of the story, what does God do? He doesn't get angry. He comes alongside his children. just alongside his children to tackle the problem ahead. As Fievel shared with me, score 1 point for God as parent. Amazing, right? But Fievel shared another layer to this that is so intriguing. If we look at the different ways in which this shows up in last week's Parsha versus this week's Parsha, there's something that's really distinct in the text. And we have to know a little bit about the way in which Hebrew text is written to understand this. So first we need to understand that spacing in Torah is distinct. Like where the black letters are written on the white scroll, there's some very distinct parts of that. It's consistent. And sometimes we find this in our books too. So if we look at the text itself in this week's Parsha, when Moses expresses this inability to speak, and I haven't seen it yet, so it's either the first time, but I think it's the second time in this week's Parsha when he says, "Who, me? I can't speak." That same thing that led to God getting angry last time, there's white space after this. Some of our sages suggest that Torah, when it's written, is composed of black fire and white fire. The letters are black fire, and the white around it is white fire. And it's just as necessary. The Talmud suggests that the white that goes around the letters are necessary for a Torah to be kosher. There needs to be complete white around every letter. Otherwise, it's not kosher. It's not done the right way. The white around the letters are just as important as the black. And in this week, there's something, and the sages talk about this as the hidden Torah. The white fire is the hidden Torah. Something we might not necessarily read, but something we might experience in a different way. And this is what's so interesting. In this week's Parsha, after Moses says those words again, "Who, me? I can't speak," we see a long extended space of white. God takes a time out. God pauses, and we've all had these moments, right? Of like, "Oi, number 4." God pauses, takes a time out, and takes a deep breath, and comes alongside his children. And I think this is so powerful for multiple reasons. One, because God gets angry, and I think that makes me feel better when I get angry. God gets angry too. But it's also a beautiful moment where God is returning to the same moment. Just recently we were reading about Judah going through true tshuva, going through true return, experiencing something, erring, and then experiencing the same thing and acting differently. And I think we see that with God here. It's the same thing, but God acts differently the second time. And the second time the difference is that God takes a deep breath, comes alongside his children, sees his children for who they are, and moves forward to try to solve the problem. And God willing, may this be the case for all of us as we walk forward this week, this Shabbat, and into the future. That when we feel that pain, the pang of, that we pause, we take a deep breath, and we move forward together. Good Shabbos. We'd love to hear thoughts. If you have thoughts, questions for everyone.
What's your interpretation of the white space again?
Oh, so the sages talk about it as the lettering being black fire and the white space being white fire, and that the white space is just as important. And some of the sages talk about the white fire as the hidden Torah, right? So that while we read and we can try to process the words, there's something else in Torah that we can't quite make sense of, but it's mystical and it's just as important.
And
the white space.
It might be in that instance, sort of like God's catching his breath and waiting because he doesn't want to come down hard again.
Yeah.
He really wants this to happen, and he recognizes that, and he wants Moses to realize that.
Yeah.
So sometimes silence of a father can be more important than the word.
I'm going to remember that one, Deborah. Wow. Jenny and then Rose, yeah.
That's very much what I was going to say. I've been thinking about my parents a lot. I've been talking to them. What is this?
This is a mic for Moses.
Oh, big part. Okay.
Sorry,
Thank
Jenny.
you so much.
Yeah.
I'll wear it every day. I've been thinking about my parents a lot and talking to them almost every day and thinking about parenting styles. And I think option A or example A was sort of my mother's tendency, which is, what's the matter with you? I have to tell you 5 times now. And that can be effective.
Yeah.
And my father, I'm very disappointed in or silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And both can be effective. Take your pick, but I think it's 2 really interesting and opposing examples of quality parenting.
And both are in here.
Yes,
and
that's
both
what I'm saying.
they
Yeah.
both move Moses forward.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, Jenny. Yeah. Others. Rose, were you going to share?
Oh, I was just gonna say, just speaking, it's so interesting to hear this talking about the white space in the Torah, because Jenny, as a musician, knows how important the rests are. And Shannon, as an artist, knows how important
It's all negative.
the negative space is. And it's so interesting to think that they felt that when it's been, in my experience, an art concept, an artist concept.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's
How come
really.
you thought about it and we didn't?
I did.
Oh, you of course did.
Because I'm an audience.
Shannon was whispering about negative.
Do you want to pass it to Shannon? Shannon, do you want to share? Or yeah.
Well, it is negative space that creates the positive.
Wow.
So it's just such an elemental feature of all art.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Well, for any of the old hippies out there that have read Carlos Castaneda's books, which are suspiciously perhaps not authentic, but they were interesting, and they talk about this sort of mystical state. And one of the techniques that you can use in this book to enter the mystical state is, as you're walking along the road and looking at the pebbles on the road, don't look at the pebbles, look at the shadows of the pebbles. And it's sort of like, I can imagine looking at the white space in the Torah as being a way to, snap yourself out of the sort of semantic way of thinking, but into an experiential or mystical way of thinking.
And when the Ten Commandments appear in the Torah, they appear really by themselves, unlike the other things which are text. It's clearer, they're supposed to stand out. And I just realized, if you look at the full Torah, we drew on Simchat Torah, right? You unroll the whole thing, and you can always find that.
Yeah.
You can always find where they are, because they're written in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And it's,
Yeah, Shir Hashirim, I think is it the Song at the Sea, is in the Torah, is written in similar. Yeah, and
Right.
you can see
Also,
it's distinct in the white
yeah,
space.
that's also a very special thing, and
Yeah.
it's the song, and we say it, every day, every week, and it's the song, of course,
Yeah.
of Miriam,
Yep.
who without whom we would not be here.
Yeah. Our prophet Miriam. Larry. Yeah. I got you.
Well, I just think there's so many good leadership lessons from Moses. And the first one that you just pointed out is the reluctant leader. He's not the power-hungry guy who wants to be all these, to lead these people. He just wants to lead a simple life. But, I have more faith in the leader who is a bit reluctant because they know what's ahead of them. And they don't really want the power. But in the end, they do it because they're called forward.
Beautiful. So Moses, right? Moses as reluctant leader, and you see it over and over.
A great leader, but reluctant.
And if we go all the way to the end of Torah, he's described as one of the humblest people who ever lived, and also giving us a vision of what is. I think Moses gives us a vision of what does true humility look like. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, Judy. And then make sure we'll get to the Zuma guy too.
When I think about leadership and going through counting the Omer, and one of those is Hod, and he is Moses is the embodiment of Hod, humble and yet strong, and that's always who he is, a wonderful model a wonderful model for us.
Beautiful. And for context, if anyone hasn't counted the Omer, between Passover and Shavuot, we count, this is one of our mitzvot, we count the Omer. And Judy she's welcomed me into this process, but been deeply engaged in counting the Omer through the lens of Kabbalistic mysticism and our internal sphirot, the ways we can be in the world. If you've never done it, may I? Talk to Judy. Talk to me. It's a very spiritual experience to count the Omer through this lens. Yeah. Okay. Any last comments? Maybe anyone on the Zoomagog want to share? Looks like Carl's leaning in. Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about the white fire, because that's space, and it just happens that in this past week we created a new space for ourselves. So that seems like a happy coincidence. And the other thing I wanted to say was that, Joshua, you and Feifel have helped me to understand this moment where God says, Moses, you're going to be like me, and Aaron is going to be your prophet. It's such a high compliment at the moment when Moses needs it. Yeah. It was time not to reproach him for hesitation, but to raise his spirits and his confidence. And yet, Moses' problem with speaking did hurt his leadership. And when the people don't want to take Canaan because of the spice, he can't persuade. He wasn't wrong. It was a problem, but they got to it anyway.
Wow. Beautiful.
Let's rise for the Elenium on page 41. Thank you, Josh. That's your clock.
ויגור עלינו ככל העולם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. השב אותם אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים נאמן, וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish is on page 44. If you are commemorating a yahrzeit, if you're in a period of mourning, or if you're thinking of a loved one tonight, please share their name and then we'll pray together. Yeah.
My mother, yahrzeit,
What was your mother's name?
Arlene Cohen Rogoff.
Zichrono Livracha. May her memory be for a blessing.
It's her birthday too.
Oh.
100 would be.
Oh.
Would be
Wow.
today.
Judy.
Our sister,
Karuna.
Karuna Dahl.
Zichrona levracha. May her memory forever be a blessing.
My husband, Ronald Novak.
Zichrono levracha, Rose. May Ron's memory be for a blessing.
It's my mother's yortzeit, Sylvia Peisner Levinson, and I find she's in very good company tonight.
Zichrona levracha, Carl. May her memory be forever a blessing. Elizabeth Edelman, Rosalie Gallagher, Deva Zucker, Doug Bellis, Richie Blasco, Shelley Gurin, Batsheva Bat Reuven, Jake Stromsberg, and Herb Axelrod. Let's rise, shall we? Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah ve'amad divrach hirutei ve'amich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'hayei d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kariv ve'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'itadar, v'itale, v'italal, shemei tekudasha, brehu, le'ela, min kol, birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechemata, damiram, v'yama, v'imru, amen. Yehei shlam rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, Hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen.
Osei shalom b'mromav, Hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Announcements.
Big week.
Good job.
You ever see the movie Big Night? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Sit down there, that's fine. We have for Torah Study Toronto.
Yeah.
And then we also have Wednesday ski with Josh. Is that still going on?
Yeah, it didn't happen this week because, well, I thought it was going to be a little cold, but it wasn't too bad. But 6:30 at the bottom of Raftery Lift, skinning up Snow King. By 7 o'clock, we'll be praying on Zoom and in person.
Oh,
and
you
then
do
we'll
Zoom up there too?
Oh yeah, we have the camera with us.
Oh, wow.
I'll remember to charge the whole thing next time because we kind of lost it at the end. 9:30 and
None of the skinning up and none of the
downhill prayers with Rose at
Downhill
9:30.
Please let me get down safe.
Let's see. Let's see, what is the date today? We just have,
Judd's Kiddush there's Kiddush right here at Dell's. If we stay for nosh, we have a little bit of nosh, and if you, instead of wine or juice, if you'd like a little celebration with Prosecco instead, please, Shannon, do you want to pour some for anyone who would rather have this for a Kiddush? It is grapes and wine, we decided it's kosher. And so, this week, February 28th, so we have the big Shabbat dinner, we're starting to get people interested in this. So bring your, Adina's coming, you'll tell us about her husband. Dina's coming and we want to have you bring your best dish to Shabbat dinner, massive potluck at St. John's Church. Yeah, it's all right here. You want people to RSVP? You have to sign up to bring a dish. You have a choice. So we know what we have. Right.
What's the date again?
28th, right here.
28th, which month?
February. The next day we're going to be doing an event with her husband, who's an environmentalist from Israel. He's head of foreign relations for the Society of
Protection of Nature?
Protection of Nature in Israel. And him and Josh are going to do a Torah study together.
Yeah, Jay Shoftet, and we've talked about. We've talked about it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit on that weekly parsha, but we're going to pull out what does Torah teach us about environmental stewardship, and do some environmental Torah.
And
Let's talk. Yeah, I would love that.
No, thanks. And then stay tuned for a little event March 1st. We haven't quite figured out. There'll be a smaller event March 1st. Anyway, that's it. There's only 12 fresh baked croissants, so fight amongst yourselves. Take it into the parking lot. Anything else missing? Oh, February 1st. Why don't you just...
February 1st.
Aren't you going to see Havdalah with...
Oh, February 1st. Please join us. So we've been doing a monthly gathering on Town Square to show solidarity and support for the hostages and praying for their release and support of Israel. And February 1st, because we're in this lahavdil, in this in-between space, and I want to hold that gently, right? We're in this space where, God willing, there will be 4 hostages released tomorrow, right? We're going to have the same gathering on Saturday, February 1st, but we're going to have Havdalah and song.
It'll be at the
Town Square. And so please join. Please join February 1st. It's going to be, I think it's going to be at 6. No, it's going to be at 6:30 because we're going to actually do it Havdalah time. Yeah, so we're going to do it. Yeah, so we're going to do it right after the sunsets. I think it's going to be 6:30. I'll double check. That's it. It's Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, the 1st of February.
February 1st.
And we'd love to have a minion to be able to do Havdalah. So please join.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Eyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Eyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, Kadosh Baruch Baruchuni l'shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Eyon Bimelech Malachei Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Seitchem l'shalom Malachei Hashalom Malachei Eyon Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. So nice to see everybody. Let's rise and do a Kiddush.
Yeah, I learned it's
Everyone has some juice or some
Kiddush is
prosecco.
on page 51, John?
Kiddush is on page 50.
50, okay.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm ever going to do a Kiddush with prosecco, and it feels super special. And I think that's right. That's the point of this, right? The whole point of Kiddush is to pause and actually sanctify a moment. And I think we should sanctify this moment of being together. What a holy Shabbat, y'all!
Yeah.
Right? So much work to get to this week by our community. And there's lots of work to still be done. But so many people who have put so much effort in to get to this moment for our community to see the future of a space. Mary leading us along that path. And so many others who are here and not here. Larry and Lori. Oh my gosh, so many people, right? Andrew on the screen. And so I'm not saying enough names, but you get the idea. Yes, Lori. It's like the Academy Awards, but I don't have my list. And we come together, and then we come together tonight, and the sweetness that we created, Judd, you just bring it out in us, and it was so sweet and holy tonight. So let's take a moment, and let's have a little bit of white space to feel that holiness. ויהי ערב ויהי בוקר. יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, וכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי וקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא Elohim la'aso. When I say Sabri, I'm basically asking for your permission for me to continue. And if you want to eat, you have to say yes by saying L'chaim. Sabri. L'chaim, Ranan, Brahmanan, Rabbatai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratzah lanu v'shabbat kadsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tehillah v'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki banu bacharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'ratzon yinhaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat. Good Shabbos, l'chaim. Holy Hevrei on the Zoomagog, we're going to connect with you for the challah. We're reaching out. Can we see? There it is. Yeah, Andrew's reaching out, and Carl and Joan, we're connected with you all.
Let's get connected to the challah. Let's get connected to the challah.
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Motzi lechem min haaretz.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Hey everyone, thank you, Rick.
Oops, sorry, hold on tight.
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.